And when you look at this Denver defense, I was shocked, guys. They played teams like Kansas City and the Rams this year, held them to under 14 points in both occasions. Those are high-scoring offenses. They had 15 days with a bye week to prepare for the Raiders, and they got shredded.
Unbelievable. Forget the score. I mean, EA, we've been on that side of the ball. To have an offense complete 21 passes in a row on you is absolutely amazing, but that's exactly what Gannon and this offense
They've
did.
never faced a guy from St. Joe's Prep and Delaware, the Blue Hens. Here, you know, he's using the quick passes, the short passes to substitute the running game here. Over and over. He just keeps going on and on. Charlie Garner's a big factor in all of these.
It was amazing. Denver just decided to play 8 back, and they just stayed back, so Gannon took advantage of it, went with the short routes, and as you said, the outside routes, they say establish your running game. Well, these outside routes that you see, the short ones, is just like a sweep. That's all it is. 7 different players they went to receiving, so they spread the ball around beautifully.
It's a perfect example of what they emphasize in practice on timing, dictating tempo, all of these. A great job by Rich, but you have to start with the offensive line. The offensive line doing a great job blocking.
People don't understand how difficult it is to go 21 times without something going wrong, a holding call, a drop pass, something.
And here's the thing, when you're on the defensive side, EA, as you would know, all the passes coming, you're expecting a run the next play. You're saying, okay, now they're going to run it. Okay, now they're going to run it, and here they go. They just keep throwing it and throwing it and throwing the ball.
21 consecutive completions in one game is a record for one game. Joe Montana had 22, but that was over the course of 2 games. Meanwhile, Rice, at 40 years old, catches number 200 and 201, which was amazing as we take a look at that. And the first one against Tyrone Poole, he'll go down in the record books. 200 touchdowns, just incredible. The second one was against Delta O'Neal, and not only was this significant, it broke Rice's original record, but it breaks Walter Payton's record for a career for all-purpose yards, guys.
He's finally found someone in Rice that has the same type of work ethic as he does in practice. He's going to go 100%. You're never going to allow, no one's going to outwork Jery Rice.
Yeah, when you put Rice's record of 201 touchdowns in perspective here, guys, this is interesting. He has almost 25% more touchdowns than the next closest player on that list, which is Emmitt Smith. And by comparison, if you take a look at the biggest individual records in the other 3 major sports, the NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball, no all-time leader has such a percentage lead over the second-place player.
The man's 40 years old. He's 40 years old.
And he's the go-to guy now.
Unbelievable.
All right, stay with us here on NFL Tonight. Coming up, we're going to take a look back at that controversial Raiders-Patriots playoff game. Sorry, Eric. And look ahead to Sunday night's rematch in Oakland. And we'll look ahead to another rematch of a thrilling game. The Saints and Falcons meeting in Atlanta this Sunday. We'll take a Pro Bowl safety, Sammy Knight, later. Well, maybe not since the Immaculate Reception has there been a more infamous play in playoff history. Of course, Eric Allen was on the wrong end of that call. Everybody has their story. We've heard Charles Woodson's version, Tom Brady's version about what happened. I don't think people realize your role in why Tom Brady ended up having to tuck the football.
Well, yeah, it goes a long way back. I tell you, when you're a player in the NFL and you spend 14 years, you kind of find out little niches, what you can do to get on the referee side. I started off on that play, the play before they ran out of bounds. We almost got a sack. Tom Brady is almost sacked by Greg Beaker, which would have probably caused another fumble, and probably sooner than this happened. So I'm over here by the sideline, and I just stay over. They call a timeout. I stay over, and I start talking to the referee about the guys moving before the snap of the ball, okay? So Tom Brady is called over by his offensive coordinator to get the next play. I'm still over here by the referee. I hear the call. Trips left. Receiver backside, throw the slant backside, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm going to the huddle. I tell my guy the same thing. It's tripped, and I get the backside. I'm going to be the hero, Mike. I'm going to be a hero here. So I tell my guy to sit in the first window. I'll sit in the second window. Someone's going to get an interception here. As he goes back, there's nowhere to throw because my guy's in the first window, and here I am coming through the second window. So there's nowhere to throw. The ball is out. It's a fumble.
So it's your fault.
You know what? I played this so good that we got a fumble. Greg Beaker, who didn't get the sack before, jumps on the ball, so everyone's a hero now. Here again, we see him, nowhere to throw the ball. He goes back. Charles Woodson does a great job. It's a great call. We step up, and you see how excited I am.
You're pumping your fist over there.
It's a minute 40 left. This game is over. And I'm Greg. Hey, man, I told you it was going to work, buddy. You know that? Everything is good. We have been able to come up here in the cold weather with all the controversy, with everything going on. The Raiders come back, make a great play, and win the ball game. The defense, about time, wins the ball game, and then it's turned around.
The moral of this story is that you need to bait the quarterback a little bit better. Throw the football in it.
Not time for that. We just want to win and get out of there.
Of course, as we mentioned, a rematch this Sunday.